All right. Let's begin. Om ajïäna-timirändhasya jïänäïjana-çaläkayä cakñur yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam yena bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamhayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutpad Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Mahabhadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tvishe Namaha. Yesterday we finished our first chapter and I said I will start with the second one today. Some things in the first chapter I wanted to explain. I will take those purports and then I will start the second one too. All right. So I'll just repeat the whole translation one more time so that you get connected to what happened yesterday. Arjuna is with Krishna and he is giving all the reasons why he does not want to fight. And he gives reasons such as sin will overcome us if we slay aggressors. It is not proper to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What will we gain, O Krishna, O goddess of fortune? How could we be happy in killing our own kinsmen? O Janardhan, Janardhan means maintainer of people. Krishna's different names have been taken here. Yesterday we took Madhav. Madhav is one name of Krishna. Madhav means the husband of goddess of fortune. Husband of Lakshmi is Madhav. He says, O Madhav. And then next he says, O Janardhan. Janardhan means one who maintains the people, maintainer of people. He says, although these men, their hearts are overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends. Why should we, who can see the crime in destroying a family, engage in those acts of sin? With the destruction of the dynasty, the eternal family tradition is vanquished. And thus, the rest of the family becomes involved in irreligion. I will read the purport also, because some of the purports are really good. This is the purport of Shlok number 39. In the system of varnashram, there are many principles of religion, of religious traditions to help members of the family grow properly and attain spiritual values. The elder members are responsible for such purifying process in the family, beginning from birth to death. But on the death of elder members, such family traditions of purification may stop, and the remaining younger family members may develop irreligious habits and thereby lose their chance for spiritual salvation. Therefore, for no purpose should the elder members of the family be slain. Text 40, he says, when irreligion is prominent in the family, O Krishna, the woman will become polluted, and from that degradation of womanhood, O descendant of Vrishni. Here Krishna's name is, he calls him Varshne. He says, O descendant of Vrishni, you know the importance of good family. If the women are not good, the family will also not be good. A mother plays a very, very important role in the upbringing of the child. So if the mother is having good habits, she will naturally pass it on. So women have to be having very strong character. So he's saying the same thing. The father is not there, the women will lose their character. They will go and have kids with some other men, and the men and the kids who will come out of such a society will not know what is the right way of living. So it is not good. And then he goes on saying, an increase of unwanted population certainly causes hellish life both for family and for those who destroy family traditions. The ancestors of such corrupt families will fall down because of the performance of offering them food and water are entirely stopped. So this was a tradition. It happens, it is continued in India even now. During certain periods, those periods, especially before Navratri, the 15 days, it is called the period of the ancestors. And there is a tradition where we offer food and water to our ancestors. Many times, people, when they are suffering, when they go through different difficulties in life, they take their horoscope to the astrologer. And the astrologer looks at the horoscope, and there are two words most of the astrologers will use. One is called Pitra Dosh. Another one is called Kaal, Sarp, Dosh. Dosh means these are the problems, two situations, two things which your horoscope is indicating. When you ask them, what is this Pitra Sarp Dosh? They'll say, oh, your ancestors are unhappy. That's why you are suffering. What is the Kaal Sarp Dosh? Some kind of arrangement of the stars, the planets. And because of that, they're unhappy. Everybody's unhappy and you will be unhappy. So now you are already in trouble. You go to the astrologer thinking he will give you some solution, and the solution he gives you, oh, you have Pitra Dosh and you have Kaal Sarp Dosh. And you hear these big words. You're like, okay, what am I supposed to do? I don't even understand anything. Whatever you said, Panditji, I don't know what you're saying, but they look like some big words. What am I supposed to do? You give me the remedy now. I know there is some problem in me. That's why I'm suffering. And these two words I don't understand. Give me the remedy. That's it. Because you don't understand, you are a classic candidate now to make money from you. And the astrologers will talk in such a language. Oh my God. They're like life insurance agents. When they have to sell you something, the way they'll make you scared. So astrologers will talk. You go to any astrologer. It is impossible that you will hear some good news. It's impossible. And they take more pride. I have seen astrologers, they take more pride in predicting doom. And there are astrologers who will always predict doom. Oh, 2021, this is going to happen. 2023, this is going to happen. 2024, this is going to happen. And then they will say, I told you that this doom is going to happen. Come on, this is life. Go throughout history and pick up any year. There is some doom that has happened. This is life. When we read Gita, Gita made me so confident. I tell you, I came out of this astrology trap, omen trap, planet trap. Any those you talk to me, I'm not afraid of anything. Gita made me confident. Gita made me bold. Gita made me understand things clearly. I fear nothing. When Krishna was there, that time also wars were there. Before Krishna also wars were there. Krishna so far, I mean, you can't see him physically, but even now the wars are there. You pick up any history, there were wars. And there will be doom any history, every year. Some kind of pandemic, some kind of disease are going to be there. People cannot escape birth, old age, disease, and death. And Gita taught me one thing: people cannot escape 3 types of suffering. Nobody who has come in this planet. This planet is called the planet of death, Mrityulok. Those who have come here, they are going to suffer 3 types of suffering. Bodily suffering, Adi Bhautik. Adi Daivik, suffering because of natural disasters, earthquake, cyclones, others. And those who are born, they are going to suffer because the planets are going to change their position. You are going to suffer. This is going to happen. So Adi Daivik, it's called Adi Daivik because of external factors which are out of your control. You don't even know when they'll come and attack you. Your life is going very smoothly and suddenly everything falls down, and like the roller coaster coming down, and you have no control. And then and then somebody tells, oh, you don't have control because Lord Shani, the Saturn, has taken control over you. You go, what do I do with Saturn now? Oh, 7.5 years you're going to suffer. Okay, 7.5 years, what I should do? Oh, you go to the temple, do this Shani mantra, offer this oil to Shani. You make the temple dirty with oil. And I go there and watch. What all I have not seen. You offer black grains. Okay. Because Shani is black. Okay. 7.5 years pass and then still you are in suffering. Then you go to the astrologer. Oh, because the Mars has come on you now. What do you do now? Oh, every Tuesday you have to go and wear red dress, and every week will be a I used to call it color, which color do you want game. Every week you have to wear this color, that color. When I was following that, Tuesday is a red day, Monday is a white day, yellow day. Budvar, Wednesday is a green day, Thursday is yellow day, Saturdays is a blue day, Sunday is again. Then when I used to go to the shop, there are other colors too. I want to buy those dresses. But something inside me will say no. Color, which color do you want? When I read Gita, things started becoming clear. How much of conditioning, how much of omens, how much of things were given to us And we accepted it blindly. And we followed that path blindly. Yet, the stars are not leaving me. They're still not good. I have worn blue, black on Saturdays. But the Shani is still not happy with me. I have worn red on Tuesdays. But the Mars is still not happy with me. What not have I done? It's still not happy with me. And when I go to the astrologer, they'll say, oh, your Mars is good, but your husband's Saturn is not good. And your kids, what you call, Rahu Ketu is not good. So everybody in the house, in the family, somebody's stars are not good. And you are suffering because of that. How much they play around with the words, the astrologers. Because you are ignorant. You are ignorant. They have the knowledge to play. You are ignorant about the science, and that's why you're getting played. What do I do, Panditji? I will do Anushthan for you. You just give me this much money, 50,000 rupees. Done. We'll get it done for you. You can't chant, don't worry. We will hire Pandits for you. They will chant for you. Some Pandits, they take money. They chant sincerely. Some of the Pandits really chant. I have seen some Pandits who don't even chant. Nothing is happening. Still you are in the cycle. The cycle is going on. Nobody sits and explains you why Shani became bad for you. Nobody sits and explains. Because that explanation is in Bhagavad Gita. If somebody explains you that, their business is gone. It's like going to the doctors. Doctors will not. There are so many cures in the world which is there. But these medical companies don't release it. Because it has to make business sense. Same way. If you read Gita, if you understand the philosophy of karma, and you will also understand how to come out of this forever. Done. Your work is done. You don't have to go to any astrologer to consult anything. You understand the philosophy of karma and how to come out of this. Chapter 3rd, 4th, 5th. Bhagavan gives it for that. Nobody sits and explains you this. Because everything is a business. Buy some stones. Buy some malas, stone malas. Wear this pearl, wear that, this, that. You see me, I have nothing. I come from a very strong astrological family. You have no idea how much omens I have seen in my life. But Gita opened up my eyes. Gita gave me the confidence. This game will always go on. And along with Gita, my father gave me the confidence. I always say, I've learned so much from him in a very different perspective. He has many students, many disciples. Every disciple was different. And everybody has learned the way they wanted to learn. I learned it differently. He knew me differently. And he understood my point of view. He always made me feel confident. He showed me one thing. He used to show his lines. And he used to say, my horoscope, my charts are not good. But I learned it from my Guruji, means his Guruji, Paramahansa Nikleshwaranand, that everything can be changed. And the changes are reflected in your hands. So these lines in the hand also can be changed. And he used to show me, see, this line is there now. I'm going to change this line. And he did that and he showed me. I was practically his first student. I'm telling you. At the age of 14, 15, he meets his guru, Paramahansa Nikleshwaranand, in Jodhpur. Before that, he used to go to many gurus. And every guru he has gone, he would get their literature, or he used to take us also there. And then, some of the gurus, he would feel like, okay, they are not the right gurus, then he would stop going. I was introduced to Yogananda at a very young age, 11 years, 12 years, through my father. He used to share many of his lessons with me. I was 13, 14 when Yogananda's lessons used to come to my house as Sarp lessons. And Daddy used to share, Papa used to share with me. When he went to his Gurudev, he started learning more. And whatever he used to learn, he had this habit. In the night, everybody will sleep. And then he used to call me, Rinku, come. Rinku is my household name, my nickname. Rinku, come. 11 o'clock in the night, me and my father. That used to be the best time. He would read magazines. There was a magazine called Kalyan, Gita Press. So he would, we used to get, so this Kalyan magazine is a spiritual magazine. And it used to come to our, we had the subscription. So it used to come to our house every month. And I used to read something, he used to read something, and we used to share knowledge on that. So when he got interested in astrology, especially horoscope and gems and planets, he used to explain me a lot of things. But as you know, as I started questioning and life experiences started happening and I started questioning, he told me one day one thing. Man is above these planets. And he took the example of Ravana. He said, you know what, Ravana, people said your Saturn is not in the right place. He said, what Saturn? I will put Saturn below my throne. I'll see what Saturn can do. And he did that. My father said, whatever is your horoscope, you can change everything. That much power you have. You can change everything by sadhana. I changed it. You can do it yourself. Don't fall for all this. For me, that was the teaching. The confidence. Namasha writes, do we need to learn about astrology, palmistry? It's your hobby. You can learn anything. Learn everything. Learn everything. It is good to learn. I never say no for knowledge. Knowledge you should have. But you should not get caught up with it. Highest knowledge is Bhagavad Gita. As I told you, we knew astrology. We knew the forecasted things. I knew. Astrology will predict. Astrology will tell me what is my current state. Astrology may predict me my future state. It could be good, it could be bad. I know. But this is the nature. Why is it becoming good and bad? Why are my lines changing? When the question goes there, why are my lines changing? What did I do to change my lines? Why were my planets placed like this? When the question goes there, that is where Bhagavad Gita comes in picture. Because of my karma. I have to be only aware of my karma. I have to be aware, okay, if I have to be aware of my karma, my actions, how are these actions done? So the question, now when you start questioning like this, you have gone beyond astrology and palmistry now. You have come to Gita. And Krishna says, by your mind, by your speech, by your physical, but the first action is here, then you do. Actions have to be taken care in all these three places. It is very difficult to control the actions in all the three places. What do? I may do mistakes at any time. And Krishna says, fill your mind with my thoughts. I will take you away from all kinds of sinful reactions. Do not fear. Surrender unto me. So nicely he says. I'm like, okay, Krishna, surrender to you. I'm done with all this drama of life. So easy. And the heart became so light. I don't have to go and show anything. Even if I show my hand to somebody, it will be just for fun's sake. Because in my head, it's an entertainment for me. Totally entertainment. I don't get carried away with anything. Yeah? Good. That's it. So I was telling, three kinds of suffering. Everybody will suffer. Physical. If the weather changes, you will fall sick. Nobody can do anything. You are doing very well and one day morning you get up and you see, oh, cancer. What do you do? Suffering is there. Physical body will suffer. And there will be suffering from the outside thing. They are there. You don't know which planet is going bad for you. You don't know. And the third one is, even if everything is going very well, oh, you have a great house, great family, good wealth, think of it, you're living like a queen, but still there will be something which will keep bothering you inside your heart. You're depressed, loneliness. People have, they have richness, they have fan following, they have everything, but they go and undergo depression. Morning, they don't want to get up. They don't know what to do. I've dealt with people who have gone into deep stages of depression, even after having everything. So, pain with your soul consciousness, adhyatmic. So these three kinds of pain, people are going to suffer if you come in this body. How do you come out of this? Krishna gives all the guidance. As you read Gita, every shloka after shloka, from chapter 2 onwards, he will go on giving, he'll go on giving. In the end, the final conclusion is he's like, I am always there for you. I'm your best friend and you are my devotee. I'm always there for you. Do not worry. Do not worry. I send you this on this earth to enjoy. Enjoy every moment. Even if you are left with 1 hour. I was talking to somebody yesterday and that person is like, I heard that the world is going to end in 2050. I'm like, really? 2050 it's going to end? He's like, yeah, if it is going to end in 2050, what am I supposed to do? Why am I doing all these things? I'm like, oh, it's going to end in 2050? Let me enjoy. Let me make a list of things, what all I want to do. Let me enjoy the world. I feel so sad. Ukraine got into war. I can't go to Ukraine now. So there is two perspectives, how you can see life. A person who is spiritual is free. He enjoys life, every bit of it. Life is not a burden. Whatever the situation is, every bit of it, it is a joy, because you have come on this planet to just roam around and be happy. All right. So Gita takes you beyond rituals. Gita takes you beyond traditions. Gita takes you beyond all knowledges. It is the knowledge, highest knowledge. It is called Raj Yoga. Chapter 9, he will say, I am giving you Raja Vidya, he says. The king of all knowledge I am giving, he says to Arjuna. Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam. The most secret of all knowledge I am giving you, Arjuna. That is Gita. King of all knowledge, Raja Vidya. All right. Let me just see. Aman is written something. Harshdeep writes, best thing you told Ma. In fact, we are doing puja because of fear. We forgot love for God is above all. Yes. Aman writes, Ma, this brings one question in mind. Every karma starts with a thought, then comes into action. So do all the thoughts come from the influence of the planets? Or are their thoughts coming from beyond planets as well? Because if all thoughts come from the influence of the planets, then even the spiritual thoughts are under the influence of the planets. Just wondering where we draw the line when we override the influence of the planets. Planets are influencing later. You have been given free will to act under all circumstances. Planets are just acting later because you acted like this at this moment. Somebody gives you money, $1,000. You have a choice with that $1,000 what to do. You take the $1,000 to a bar, spend it on drinking, go and spend it on women. You made a choice. Go buy some drugs. You made a choice. You did a karma. So that karma that you did, you had the drugs. It's going to bring some result to you later. With the same $1,000, you went, you gave it to charity, you bought a lot of food, you gave it to orphans. You will feel happy immediately just seeing the happiness on those beautiful faces of those orphans. Your heart will be so filled with joy. that $1,000 will be well spent. It will not match that joy of what you spend on a woman or your drinks or your drugs. It will not match that joy. That karma, whatever you're doing, some of it, you will feel it instantly. If you start living like this, every moment I'm going to be doing good stuff. Every moment. Planets are coming later. Planets like Shani is coming. You don't even realize when Shani came, right? You realize Shani came when life went downhill. So planets, when you are born in horoscope, the planets, whatever position they have taken, 5 things they are indicating commonly. One is your time of birth. Second is your time of death, means your age. And the karmic exchanges with people. This will be fixed. The wealth, the kind of a certain wealth which will come to you right from your childhood, unknowingly. You have not even worked hard for it, but it will keep coming to you. Or you are earning very hard and it's going away. So these things, certain parameters are defined by your horoscope. And the people who will come in your life, with whom you have karmic exchanges, this is defined by your horoscope. This is called prarabdha. This is basically a framework that is given for your life through the horoscope. Weak people, they live within these confines of the horoscope. Strong spiritual people break these confines. They challenge. They get the knowledge of Gita. They break all the confines. What birth, what death. Mahatar Babaji, you look at him, 2000 years he's living. Someone asked me, does it really happen in India? Can Mahatar Babaji really live this long? I have not seen Mahatar Babaji, but I have seen Devaraha Baba. He is no more in his body. Devaraha Baba, as much as I know, he lived around 250 years. His age was 250 years. How do I say that? Devaraha Baba was from my mother's village, Devariya. That's why his name Devaraha. My mother, when she was a kid, she had seen him. My mother's mother had seen him. My mother's mother also had seen him. And nobody could calculate his age. Before that, he was existing. So people said, okay, he is close to around, at that time, when, he was around 200 years, probably died at around 250 years. He left his body at his own will. A yogi can break the confines of horoscope. Not only his, he does for others also. Baba Bhootnath ji, my guru, I have mentioned his story. He was, after he became a Siddha, he saw Ma Kamakhya, he came out, and Ma Kamakhya told him, you have to go out and you have to serve the people. So Baba Bhootnath ji was coming out from Kamakhya and he went near Brahmaputra, and there was a fisherman's village. And Baba Bhootnath went, and in that village, and those villagers said, okay, why don't you stay with us? So he stayed in one house. And suddenly in the night, middle of the night, there was a news that the fisherman's daughter died. And Babaji felt very bad. He's like, I should help the fishermen. I took their seva. I have to help the fishermen. Baba Bhootnath ji. So next day morning, the fishermen got a boat. The daughter's body is being put in the boat, the dead body. Everybody's crying, very sad. And they had to take the body. They have to cross the Brahmaputra river, go on the other side, and then they have to do the cremation, the funeral, everything. Babaji went there along with them. And before they could do that, Babaji said, please don't do anything. I will do something. Wait, let me try. At that moment, Baba Bhootnath sat down and he took a small pipe. With that pipe, he put that pipe in the girl's nose, the dead body's nose, and then he started blowing. And at that time, he prayed to all the mantras that he had done. He had done, first mantra he has done was Rama mantra. Many times, I always mention this because Baba Bhootnath's life is very exemplary, very exemplary. I have not seen any siddha of that category in my life. It's very exemplary. Please do hear his stories. All those I've made in the playlist, English. Do hear his stories. His life started with Ram mantra. When people, Shakti people, oh, we won't chant Ram, Krishna or all those things. I feel like you don't know. You're so ignorant. My Bhava Bhootnath ji, he has seen Ma Kamakhya and he started with Ram mantra. Ram was Siddha. Hanuman was Siddha. Lord Shiva was Siddha. They all came and gave him darshan. And Lord Hanuman came and told him, okay, you have a desire to see Ma Kamakhya, now go to Kamakhya. Lord Hanuman. Who is Lord Hanuman? Greatest bhakta, greatest devotee, dasya, servant, dasya bhav. He gave him the instruction, go to Kamakhya. His life was exemplary, telling you. So, Baba Bhootnath sat there, and that time he said, whichever mantra works for this girl right now, whichever mantra will make her alive, that deity will be my deity forever in this life. And he prayed all the mantras, whatever he had done. But when he prayed the Kamakhya mantra, that girl became alive. After that, he said, Kamakhya is my deity, and he established a Kamakhya mandir in Lucknow. Some of you have seen with me. So this is changing the horoscope. Even though the girl was destined to die at that moment, Babaji changed it. Recently, somebody called me. They saw the videos. So one girl, she called me and she said, my nani means mother's mother, grandma. She had seen Babaji. And she used to always tell, Babaji helped so many people. One of the incidents she cited was, there was some yajna going on in their area. And at that time, it was predicted rains are going to fall. And rain actually started falling. So Babaji used to have a stick. And with that stick, he drew a line in that arena, circle. And he said, the rain will fall everywhere else, but it will not fall here. This girl recently called me and told me this after seeing the videos about her nani who had seen Baba Bhootnath. And while she was saying this, one more thing she mentioned. So this is Baba Bhootnath. I'm just saying that they can change not only their stars, everybody else's stars. They had the control over nature. And while she was saying, she said, Babaji told my nani that whenever you want to remember me, just light up a lamp and meditate upon me, think of me. I will come to you through the lamp. This what I'm talking, the incident is just 2 days ago, okay, not too far. And while she was saying this, I'm going to tell you now one thing. So me, Namajya and Gaurav, we had been to Baba Bhootnath's ashram in Kamakhya, in Lucknow. And we three of us, this I'm talking, we went in November. So we sat down, it was night and 12 o'clock midnight or so. And we said, okay, let's go and sit near Baba Bhootnath's place and let's meditate. And we sat down meditating and there was this lamp. Suddenly the lamp started increasing. There was hardly any oil in the lamp. But the flame just went on becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. So big. With hardly any oil. Not only me. So 2 people are there who had seen this. Namajya and Gaurav. After that, our meditation was over. It felt he was there. But that incident happened in November. And Fast forward, come 2 days ago, somebody calls me and says, my Nani said, whenever you want to remember Baba Bhootnath ji comes and he says, when the flame increases, I have come, you must know. I told Gaurav, am I dreaming? Did we see it really? Gaurav said, yeah, I have seen it. I remember, Ma. And asked Namaj, yes, she will also remember. So this is Babas. This is Gurus. They are beyond stars, beyond horoscopes. And we have the potential. They are not something special. By their example, they give us the confidence. We also can become like that. We all have that power to live that life. Got it? So planets and all, they come later. Our karmas come first. To do the right karma at every point of time. And what is that right karma? Gita gives us the knowledge. Got it? All right. Namaja writes, yes, that was incredible beside all the experience. Now good, yeah. Aman writes, Jima, thank you so much for explaining this. Yes, Ma, I keep listening to Baba Bhootnath's playlist often. He was an extraordinary being. Jai Ho. And thanks to you, we get to enjoy his Mahima. It's amazing when you share these gems. Thank you. Namaja writes that we have every time we go to listen all these saints and temples. Yeah, we have met so many saints in the, yeah, so many stories on the travels. So let's get back to our Gita. So here, why we went to all these stories, as I told you, no ancestor, no Pitra dosh, no Kaal Sarp dosh, no dosh bothers me anymore. But here, one point was noted that he says that if you don't give to your ancestors will be unhappy, and that is why you will suffer. And this is what happens when you go to the astrologer and they say, oh, your ancestors are not happy with you. That is why you're suffering. Thing is, in today's world, all these traditions practically are dying. Even those who are doing, they're not doing it purely. Because those mantras used to be powerful. If everything is powerful, the chanter also has to be powerful. But that practically is dying. So under such situation, when we are in Kali Yuga, when we know that things are not in their best, everything has been, corrupted, what do? How can we please our ancestors? Okay, Indians will say, oh, we have this technique, go to this place and that place. What about the others? There are so many people in the world. What about them? How will they please their ancestors? God, Krishna, when he gives the Gita, he addresses that also. He says, see, he's God, he's Krishna. He says, among all the ancestors, I am Aryama. Whom do you want to please? Which ancestor do you want to please? I am Aryama. I am the ancestor of all ancestors. If I am pleased, everybody else is pleased. This happened with Yogananda. Yogananda was sitting with Master Mahashay. Very beautiful, this combination, if you see. Master Mahashay is M. There's a book called Ramakrishna Kathamrita, Gospel of Ramakrishna. In that, the one who has written is called Master M. Master M is Master Mahashay. And Yogananda was living somewhere close by in that lane in Calcutta. So Yogananda used to go to him to learn some Sanskrit, and then, they used to sit and meditate together. So one day Yogananda lost his mother at a very young age. He was just a kid. And he said to Master Mahashay that, so Master Mahashay's guru is Ramakrishna Paramhans. Remember this. Master Mahashay's guru is Ramakrishna Paramhans. Yogananda is meeting Master Mahashay in Calcutta in their home, and they sit. And Yogananda says, Master, I lost my mother. You can talk to Kali Ma. So can I see my mother? Can you request Kali Ma to show me my mother? I just want to talk to my mother. Yogananda said this. Master said, okay, sit down. Let's meditate today. Let's meditate on Ma Kali Ma. And if Ma Kali Ma is pleased and Ramakrishna Paramahansa is pleased, your desire might be fulfilled. And both of these people, they sat down meditating. And they are meditating, and there's a big picture of Kali Ma. Both of them are sitting, and after some time, the room started glowing. And Yogananda went in a trance. And in his trance, he's seeing so many animals, so many ladies, and all of them are female. And he is confused. Whom do I pick up? What am I seeing? And out of all that thing, he sees Ma Kali. And Ma Kali says, okay, you wanted to see your mother. Which mother do you want to see? These are all your mothers in so many lives. Look at this animal kingdom, so many mothers. Look at this human kingdom, so many mothers. Which mother do you want to pick? You wanted to see your mother. And let me tell you, behind all these mothers, I am the Supreme Mother. Which mother you want to pick? Yogananda. Tears started flowing in his eyes. Which mother? You know, when you have these experiences in trance, they are very real because they are in your subconscious. That love that you have felt, the motherly love, is there in your subconscious. You feel it more strongly when you are in meditative states. Behind all these mothers, he sees only Ma Kali. Comes out of his meditation, says thank you to Master. Ma Kali is the Supreme Mother. Krishna says, which ancestor do you want to please? It's the same thing. If you please, again, when I told you Kali's story, understand one thing. For my head, in my brain, Kali and Kaala are one. Kaala means the black one, Krishna. We call it Krishna in English, but in Hindi, in Sanskrit, it's Krishna. And Kali's name is Krishna. Krishna and Krishna. They both were born together. Their birthdays are celebrated on the same day. Janmashtami and Kalashtami, both are same at the same time. So Kali and Kaala are no different for me. For me, one is the feminine, one is the male. Got it? So which ancestor do you want to please? Krishna says, I am Arjuna. If I am pleased, all your ancestors are pleased. So those rituals which are dying out, it happened. It started from Kurukshetra itself. Those rituals which are dying out, by which you don't even know whether your ancestors are pleased or not, by which you are always in a fear that, oh, you know, things are going bad for me because they are not happy. Krishna says, forget about everything. Forget about all dharma. Sarva dharman parityajya. Leave everything, abandon all variety of religion. And do what? Surrender unto me. I will take you away from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. That is Krishna's message. So here, I'm going to read the purport again, because there's one beautiful shloka that has been taken. So that is why I want to read. So this is the chapter, first shloka number 41, the purport of shloka number 41. According to the rules and regulation of fruitive activities, there is a need to offer periodical food and water to the forefathers of the family. This offering is performed by worship of Vishnu, because eating the remnants of food offered to Vishnu can deliver all kind of sinful reaction. Sometimes the forefathers may be suffering from various types of sinful reactions, and sometimes some of them cannot even acquire a gross material body and are forced to remain in subtle bodies as ghosts. Thus, When remnants of prasadam, food are offered to forefathers by the descendants, the forefathers are released from ghostly or other kinds of miserable life. Such help rendered to forefathers is a family tradition, and those who are not in devotional life are required to perform such rituals. People do not do devotion, they just do rituals. They just call the Pandit on those days or do this ritual, they pay the money to the Pandit, done. There is no devotion or there is no love even for the forefathers. There is no love for that. It's just a matter of ritual because they fear if my forefather is angry, my things will be bad. Fear for everybody. But somebody who really loves God, who is in devotional life, if he is not performing any of those rituals, he doesn't have to worry. It has been taken care of by Krishna. So here they say, one who is engaged in the devotional life is not required to perform such actions. Simply by performing devotional service, one can deliver, listen to this, one can deliver hundreds and thousands of forefathers from all kinds of misery. How? Just by doing your devotional service. So simple he made it. So simple. It is stated in the Bhagavatam, 11th canto. Devarshi bhutapta nrinam pitrinam na kinkaro nayam rinicha rajan sarvatmanaya sharanam sharanyam gato mukundam parihritya kartam. Anyone who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda. Mukunda means Krishna. Mukunda means who gives liberation. Anyone who has taken the shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, the giver of liberation, giving up all sorts of obligation, and has taken to the path in all seriousness, owes neither duties nor obligations to demigods, sages, and general living entities, family members, humankind, or forefathers. Such obligations are automatically fulfilled by the performance of devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such a beautiful thing given by Bhagavan. There are three kinds of obligations in our tradition, it is said. Obligations to the devatas, obligation to the saints, rishis, and obligation to the parents. And we have to give them back. But when somebody becomes a devotee, the forefathers are in fact very pleased. The forefathers, they say, oh, we are so happy now. There is a Vaishnava who has born in our family. Now we are assured that we are all liberated. I will tell you about myself. As rebellious I was, when these rituals used to happen in our families, I've seen everywhere in India, it is every house. So during those 15 days, you have to make, first of all, there'll be a big discussion as to what to offer to the ancestors. In my head, I'm thinking, don't you know what your ancestors like? No, you have to see the Puranas. No, what is written in the Puranas? Oh, Panditji, what should I offer? And Panditji will be like, Puri, garbanzo beans, chana, this, that. He'll give you a list of things. So everybody's making that. And then you make a plate. And then you go outside and you sit and you keep the plate there. And then you're eagerly waiting. Are the crows coming? Are the crows coming? If the crow comes and takes your puri, your bread, oh my God, my ancestors came, they took it. Oh, good now. It's in every house. Means your ancestors are crows. If the crow does not come, I'm telling you, people in the household will be very, very angry at me. And then they'll call up the Pandit. Panditji, the crows didn't come. What do I do? Oh, did the ants eat it? Yeah, a lot of ants. Oh, don't worry, your ancestors have come through the ants and they've eaten it. Oh, Panditji, I also saw a cat coming and eating. Panditji, I also saw a cat eating that. One second, I'll just record this because, yeah. Pandit said, I also saw a cat eating it. The Pandit says, yeah, don't worry. Your food has gone to your ancestors. All these animals ate. Don't worry. And there is some more. If none of these animals have come, okay? If the ant has not come, if the cat has not come, if the dog has not come, if the crow has not come, your ancestors have not come, don't worry, go give it to the cow. So your ancestor will come in the cow and he will eat it up. Oh my God. I used to think, okay, so these ancestors have done such a bad karma. These ancestors are your fathers, your forefathers, whom you're calling today to bless you. They couldn't even bless themselves. They've become crows. They've become cats. They've become ants. What kind of forefathers you had? And then I started thinking about me. My God, if my generation, my children are taking the same old tradition, okay, getting the food outside. Oh my God, I will have to come like a crow to eat the food which my children are offering. And my children's children will offer. I have to become an ant. This is the way to liberation? Only if I get the food, I'll get liberated. What kind of tradition is this? It bothered me so much. Until and unless I got the teachings of Gita. You can liberate yourself. You not only liberate yourself, you can liberate so many of your forefathers just by becoming the devotee of Lord Shri Krishna. That confidence. You read about Prahlad. Prahlad had very wrong relation. I mean, if you can say in the modern world, like, father-son tug of war. Sometimes they'll say, oh, your parents are unhappy, so you will be in trouble. Here, no matter how good Prahlad was, no matter how good he was, Prahlad's father was never satisfied. He was always angry. Always angry. Prahlad's father, Hiranyakashipu, did what not? How much did he torture Prahlad as a father? Think of that narcissistic father, in modern terms. And to save Prahlad, Bhagwan comes as Narsingh Avatar. And Prahlad is a young kid and he's seeing Narsingha, Lord Narsingha, like a lion, he has such big nails and he's tearing his father's belly and then he's taking out the intestine and putting it as a garland on himself. Prahlad is scared and he says, please, I know my father was not so good with me, but Bhagwan, please don't do anything to my father. Please take care of him. I really request you. No matter however it was, he was my father still. A kid, sincerely praying to Bhagwan. Bhagwan says, Bhagwan is with his big hand, the lion hand, with heavy hand, just putting his hand on Prahlad and then with his tongue licking Prahlad all over, sending his love. And then he says, Prahlad, don't worry, Prahlad. In a family where there is a son like you, 21 generations of your forefather have been liberated by me. Don't worry, Prahlad. Your father is liberated. That confidence. When you read about Bhagwan and when you read about Bhagwan's devotees, and just by chanting Lord's name, everything will be good. All my forefathers will be happy. All my forefathers will be liberated. I do not know if I can follow the traditions correctly or not. I'm not worried. I do not know any dharma. I'm not worried. I do not know what is wrong, what is right. I'm not worried because I am in the shelter of Lord Shri Krishna. And I know he will deliver everyone. This is the beauty of Gita. It removes all fear. It removes all worries. It makes you mukta, liberated in this life itself, in this body itself. Forget about death. Who cares? Death, I don't know. No birth, no death have I. No father, no mother have I. I am him, I am him. This is what Yogananda says, right? So Nirvanashtakam, this is what it is, the concept all about. So I think I was supposed to start chapter 2, but I will end it up here. This I wanted to share with you all about Shraddha and everything. If you want to do the rituals, do. If you are not able to do the rituals, do not worry. Chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and pray to God that may all your forefathers be forever happy upon you. Just by doing that, you will be happy. All right. Akash asks, Ma, please explain devotional services. Okay, devotional services, I think I explained in the introduction chapters, but in devotional service, it starts, there are 4 main things you have to remember. Smartavyaha, Shrotavyaha, Kirtavyaha, Smartavyaha, Dheyascha, whom? Vishnu. Always, devotional services have 9 steps, but it always starts with Shravanam, hearing. How much you should hear and about whom you should hear? You should hear about God. You should hear about Lord Krishna. You should hear what Lord Sri Krishna spoke. People ask me, where is God speaking? Open Gita. God is speaking through Gita. So hear about God's words through Gita. How much you should hear so that you start speaking about him. You start glorifying him. In everything you speak, Krishna should just speak through your mouth. So first is Shravanam. Next is Kirtanam. Kirtan means glorification. His name, his pastimes, his words. Gita is his glorification. When you learn Gita and you go and spread this message to everybody, you are glorifying him. There's no other complex procedure here. Just learn the Gita and glorify him. That's it. You will know, he'll give you more confidence as we enter the chapters. So first is Shravanam, second is Kirtanam. Hearing, glorifying. But for hearing and glorifying, you will need 2 people. One, somebody speaks, another hears. And then, But when these 2 people are not there and you are all alone, Smaranam. Always think of him, always think of him, always think of him. Dheyascha nityada. Dheyascha means always meditate upon him. If you do these 4 steps properly, your devotion is done. Okay? That's all you have to do. All right. Anamika writes, Ma, many doubts are getting cleared. This is what I have been listening to all my friends, all my life from friends and family. Aman writes, your confidence gives us confidence. Ma, thank you. You're welcome. Akash writes, thank you, Ma. You all are welcome. All right. So we'll end up the class here and then we will meet next Thursday. Have a nice weekend, everybody. Jai Shri Krishna. Hari Bol.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you,
Hari
Ma.
Bol, Ma. Thank you.
Hari Bol, Ma.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you.